Hello there and welcome to Miller's Laboratory. My name is Sue. Today I have completed or almost completed this beautiful red journal, and I just have a couple of finishing touches that I'm going to do with you on camera here, and then we'll also be flipping through the whole book. And then as soon as that's complete and I get the Etsy listing done, this book will be ready for sale. So actually, if you are seeing the video, it has been put into my shop. So I hope you like it. Let's go through. This one also turned out extremely fat. And I guess I just make books that are fat. What can I say? I am tying this closed with just a piece of red ticking here. And so I'm just going to go ahead and remove that, and we'll look through and see what we've got here. So what I want to do today is add some tabs. There are lots of tabs in here already, but when I kind of was going through, I thought, oh, I like to put tabs where it helps you to turn the page and find where to turn the page. So tabs are really important and also really fun because they're little tiny fun little art pieces you can add in. So here I have a little pocket, and this is where I've placed the bookmark for this one. This next page here, this was very fragile paper, and it started to tear here at the bottom, so that's why you'll see the washi tape going across here. That doesn't bother me. I hope it doesn't bother you. It just gives you another reason to add something in, make it look more interesting. Little tuck spot here with a paint chip journal card. Here we have a flip, and inside there's a little pocket, again with another journal card. This one actually opens up, so there's lots of writing space there. So I hope everyone is doing well, and I do apologize for being so late getting this posted. It's Sunday evening now, and I did intend to get this done sooner, but you know, that's just the way it goes sometimes. All right, this is one of those little check prints that I've put in the other books, and I would like to put a little tab here just so that it's really apparent that you can pull that out. So what I've done is I kind of do this as I'm working. If I have little scraps of fabric left, I'll punch out tabs and put them in a little box, or a little pile is more likely, and then I'll have papers that kind of match the book and go, so I can choose those. So I have a couple different tab punches. I have this one, which does the traditional sort of office-y sort of tab shape. And then I also have a whale tail one, which cost me a pretty penny, but I felt like I had to have it, and I do use it all the time. I don't know why. I think other companies maybe are making something similar now, so but I don't know why Stampin' Up! Didn't come back and reissue that one, because it was so popular. It's just kind of crazy. People were going nuts for that one. All right. So there, now we have just a little tab, which makes that a little easier to pull. Inside here is one of these little journaling spots that I showed you a couple of videos ago. If you've been watching the series, that'll look familiar. And if you aren't watching the series, then look for that playlist, because there's quite a few videos showing all the different things that I've done in these books. All right, here's where I did that split page, which, for lack of a better name, that's what I'm calling it. And that's in one of the videos previously. I have a couple of journal cards tucked up in here. These are belly bands. And because this one pulls down, I want to put a tab at the bottom. And then this one, I want to put a tab at the top. And these journal cards they're from the same kit, from the Graphics Fairy, and I kind of did them the same way. So I want the same tab on those. I want those to match. I'm going to see if I have a couple here that match. Otherwise, I can make some more. Actually, kind of like these red ones, so I think I'm going to do those. So it's Sunday, and I hope everyone has had a nice weekend. I did. I had a busy weekend, but a good one. And we are in for some heat. Sounds like this week. It is pretty warm today already, but I think it's going to get pretty bad, I'm hearing this week. And so bracing myself for that, because you can't really get away from it. See, now that is not quite in the middle. I'm going to let it go. I'm just going to put it in and let it go. Sometimes I miss the mark a little bit. There, yeah, I like that, because now it's like really obvious. Just pull this down. So I think that's very helpful. You'll see in a couple places in here, I knew, because obviously I made the book, but sometimes there's like a jumble of things all together and you don't even know exactly what you're supposed to do. So I want to make it clear and easy to use. So there. Good. I like those. I think those turned out good. All right. Okay. Just a pretty gardening page here. Kind of glossy probably. Sorry about that. Okay. Now here's 2 pages that are overlapping, and one is a little bit fatter or wider than the other. So I thought a couple of tabs on those would be nice. And again, because they're right together, I think matching ones look good. So let's see what I can find here. I'm kind of liking that. It's a little long, but I could cut that in half and use it for both. So I think that's what I'm going to do. There we go. This is probably not very exciting, watching me glue. So I'm excited because this is a short week for me at work. Only have to work 4 days, and I get the 3rd off as a holiday, which is lovely. I'm really looking forward to the 4th of July and celebrating the 250. It's a big year and it's really cool. It takes me back to the bicentennial in 1976. That was a really fun one for me too. I grew up in Traverse City, and so the Cherry Festival, the National Cherry Festival, is a big deal for us up there. Just a cute little journal card there. And that year I was on one of the floats. This one I made a tuck spot, but I didn't put anything in there. I might, or I might just leave it for you to do, because it's already plenty fat. So if you want to add something in there, you can. So anyway, I was like in 6th grade or something, and the Cherry Festival parade, the grand parade, Gerald Ford came, and before the parade started, he kind of went all along the route and talked to the people that were lined up to be in the parade, and so I got to shake his hand, and that was really cool. Just a couple of little pieces of ephemera I tucked in here, an old photo, and then this old bridal shower invitation from 1954, which I just thought was so sweet. So that is tucked into this little envelope here. And then just this page will fold out and down for lots of space to write. And then I just tucked that in there. So it's not really a pocket, but I tucked it in there and it's acting as a pocket with this little clip on there. And then here I have a little side tuck, and in this one I just have a small journaling card, an index card on the back. So the 4th of July, we are just having our kids over and having a cookout. Where we live, they're actually going to do the fireworks show on the 3rd, which I guess is kind of cool because they have a pretty good fireworks show here, and then we can go somewhere else and watch them on the 4th too. I really kind of do want to see fireworks on the 4th since it's a momentous year. So on this side, these just fold out and out, and I'm not going to put a tab on that. Little sack here with a tag inside. Here we've got a couple of tags tucked into one of these picture journaling spots where we have the 3 little flips that open up. You've seen me do that in, I'll probably do one of those in all of these books just because they're fun. Nice little tag inside there. Here I have a little tuck spot, that cool little like old price label, and a journal card in there. On this page I made a little ruffle side tuck, and that's one of the projects we did in one of the earlier videos of this series. You can go back and look at that if you want to. I liked how I put the doily paper on there, and I liked how you could see the pink through that, and so that's why I wanted that to be pink, just to kind of go together. Here we have a little red envelope, and inside here is a journal card. The piano roll paper on the back. And that just tucks under this little label to stay closed. When you open this up, there's also a little tuck spot here with just a tiny little journal card in it. Just a cute one with a little bird. Okay, now here we have 2 papers that overlap again. This is simply, this one I just did because I didn't want to cut any of this out because I liked the old writing and I wanted to leave it in there, so that was my solution. So we definitely need to put a couple of tabs on those. Seems like in this book a lot of the tabs are in pairs, so we are needing to pair them up. Here's a couple that match. Those will look nice on there. We'll do that. And working with my daughter a little bit this week. She is going to be getting a new job. Excited for her. She has been having a rough time at the one she has, so I'm happy that she's found something else. And we're working on her wedding plans and feeling a little bit, I'm feeling just slightly stressed because her wedding is in May next year, and I'm feeling like we need to be doing some more stuff. And so one thing we have not nailed down yet is the caterer that we want to use, and so I'm planning on trying to get that determined this week, just so that it's one decision made, and then, you know, then we move on with the other things. And she and I are kind of working on what we want to do for the tables for decorations, so that's fun too. This one I already put a little tab on. Here we have a side tuck. I think I might have made those on a video or maybe just showed them to you, I'm not sure. That's just overlapped and glued. It looks like it could be a tuck, but it's not. And this is just a couple of short little pages of that same one. I'm not going to put tabs on those because I feel like it's not that hard to grab a hold of this and turn it. And you might want to extend those and make them longer or wider. So I'm just going to leave those alone. It's a little bit of just a vellum panel there. Added this pretty flower on there and here, and this is a little stitched in booklet, extra little writing space in there. Lots of space to write on that cool page too. And then there's already a tab up here with just some handwriting. In here I tucked the little art book page notebook that I showed you earlier. Just a little tag in here with some strawberries. So speaking of the strawberries, yesterday, that was a big part of my day yesterday, is I went to a farm near here and I picked 2 flats of strawberries. One for me and one for my son. And then I had to come home and clean those and hull them and get them ready and freeze them. So that was a big project from yesterday. Here's a little envelope pocket and also the little notebook here. Both of those you saw in previous videos. Now this page that this is on, I've done a lot with this page. I'm going to turn it over to show you. I've also got a pocket on this side with another one of these little journal spots, this one with the birds. And so this page is got a lot of weight on it. And you can see it wants to crumble a little bit because it's kind of delicate. So I'm thinking that I should put a tab on here that you can get a hold of to turn the page. And I'm thinking I'm going to put it down here so it's also attached to this envelope and to this, just for some stability. So I'm going to look for something for that. Let's see. About something like this. See how that wants to rip? It's just because there's so much weight on it there. Let's see if I like this. I do not, because I want it to come in more. So that's not going to work. I'm going to need like a handmade or hand-torn one, I think, instead of a punched one. Oh, this might be fun. I pulled a couple of these out. These are, like, there was this book. It was like a Celtic, some kind of Celtic book. And it had all these beautiful sort of illuminated looking letters in it. And I just bought the book for those. I cut them all out and then didn't use the book. I don't even know if I saved the cover. But anyway, I thought I could put these back to back on here and that could be a tab. So the easy way to do that is to glue them together on the outside edge here. Like this. There. Now it's one piece, but it opens up, and then you can place it where you want it and glue it. Yeah, I think that will be cute there. All right, so let's just add some glue on both sides. Gosh, did I do one? No, I thought I had one upside down, but I didn't. Thank goodness. Okay. So strawberries, I love to go pick fruit. I think it's fun. And I know that maybe people think that's kind of weird, but to me it's like a fun treasure hunt. And I feel like a pioneer woman or something, like going out and scavenging for food. I don't know why. I kind of get a kick out of that. My husband went with me, but he waited in the car because we were going to go do something else afterward. And when he was a kid, his uncle had a farm market with a big strawberry farm. It's like a tracing paper pocket there, and then this is some original ephemera that I just tucked in there. And he worked at that farm and he picked strawberries for a summer job. I don't know how many years he did that, but he hates strawberries to this day, and he does not want to pick them. So he was content to wait in the car for me while I did it. This is like from a image, and you might have seen somewhere else in here I used a strip of this, but I thought if I folded that in half, that could make a really cool looking tab. And I definitely need a tab here because this page is a narrow page, and it's almost the same width as this belly band, and it's very confusing here of what you're supposed to pull on to turn the page. So let's do like these first three like that, and we'll glue that on as a tab. I guess there's a lot more of these in here than I thought. Sorry. I may have to edit some of them out if it's too long. We'll see. There. That's better. Now you can just grab a hold of that and turn the page. Pretty belly band here with this little sort of notebook that I made earlier. It's one of those elements that you're going to see in all of the books. Here we have the same situation because I have at this edge, then this has a couple different edges, and then here is actually the edge of the page, but there's another page right underneath it. So I feel like I need a tab on this one as well. So we're going to put a tab there, and I think I could do something kind of colorful because we've got a lot of color going on here. So I've got this marbled paper one that I'll use there, I think. Very good, yes. Now it's just, isn't that nice? Can you see it's just like, oh, I just grabbed this and turned the page. It makes it so much easier to understand. And then we have these strawberries in here, which I thought was sweet. There's a little tuck there and just a pretty journal card with some cherries on it. I made a journal when I was doing the graphics fairy design team. I made a journal that was about like the summer fruit, and that really seems like summer to me to see all of that from when I was a kid. We were always picking fruit. All right, this one has another little fold down journaling area. And this one too, if you wanted to, you could tuck something up underneath that, even though it's not really a pocket, and you could just put a clip on the top and then that would hold it in place if you wanted. And just a little rest for your eyes, less color here, which is nice. Here we have a journal card. This one I just used, I had this notebook cover with these sort of stylized poppies on it, and so I thought, oh, we'll use that and then put this cutout of poppies on there. I think it's kind of neat together. Okay, here's another one where it's like there's two pages that are the same width. So let's put a tab on this one too. I feel like I want something warm because to play off of the gold here. Let's see. Maybe this. Oh, you know what else I thought of? Let's do that. I have this little strip of the ticking fabric that I'm tying the book closed with, and I thought that might make a cute tab too. Let's see what's on the other side. Yeah, I think I like that. So let's tear a little piece of that off. And I think I'm just going to use the the same glue. Where should I put this tab? Down here. Way down here. I wish you guys could tell me. I think I want it up here. I think I want it right there. Okay. Really, I should probably use Fabri-Tac for this, but I'm not, or tacky glue, but I'm not going to get that out. I think this will hold just fine. Kind of wants to distort the stripes a little bit, so we'll fix that. There we go. And then same over here. Good, good. All right. Just a couple of little flips here with some blank tags for writing or stamping or whatever you would like. Here I made like a little double tuck spot or a split pocket with a couple of tags, and again I left those blank so you could write there or whatever, and then tucked a little tag inside there. Kind of cute. Here I have my window pocket, so you can see that that butterfly cutout is down there. Just put this pretty tag in with the geraniums. Red geraniums are definitely a summer thing too, aren't they? This has got like a flippy page here. And here's a little pocket made out of a label. Just a little folded tag inside there. That one opens up. I could put a tab there so that you can see that that opens. That might be nice. Let's find one for that. Let's see. I kind of like the looks of this with that. Just the colors are similar. We still get the red, but we're picking up some of that green too. So I'm going to use that. Yeah, nice. Okay, and a little corner tuck here with the bird. You know what? I think that I have two of these bird ones in here, so I may replace one of those. Just so you know, I made one for each journal, so if there's two of those in here, I'm going to have to take one out for another book, and you'll get something else in one of those pockets instead. Okay, so in order to not have a duplicate there, I have this other little thing I'm going to tuck into that pocket. It's like a little sleeve. You can write on the back and use it as a journaling card. And then inside there is a tag. And that's just made from a page from a Rose book. So just wanted you to know. Here's a little hanging journal card that goes over this belly band that folds down for writing. That same kind of thing that you've seen me do. There. And then just a couple of split pages here from this guest visitor registry. Here's a, oh, I added that tag on there, and or that label, and that was stuck a little bit there. Just a journal card with the pretty balloon on it. And this page just folds out and also opens this way. Lots of writing space there. Just a flip there. Here's a little corner tuck, and in that I just added a piece of ephemera. This is like from a libretto from the Met in the 1940s, I believe. And I thought you could write on that if you wanted to. Just added a little lace and one of these little miniature, vintage miniature playing cards. And then this pretty pocket here made out of the Italian paper. Just a journal card. Simple journal card there. All right, we're getting stuck on something. There we go. Here's our little spread with all the flags. So pretty. Another tag inside there. All right, this one is a pull out. Pulls down like this. And then you could also lift it up and write underneath here and under here. So I would like a tab at the bottom of that. And I think I'm gonna do something like, sometimes I like to use labels and fold them in half. But I think I might just use this little one with the pencil handwriting on it. Like that. I think that looks nice, so we'll do that. Oh. Okay. We're getting close to the end here. This page I just added a pretty little sort of collage, that pretty lady. In this corner tuck I have a couple of these rounded bottom tags that I tied together. And here's another corner or a belly band with this pretty bow on it. Just a journal card tucked in there. Corner tuck here, little postcard. That's not a real one, that was a printed one, but I added a lot of collage on the front. And then a little corner tuck here that wraps around to the other side, little tag in there. That's a folding one also, so you can have a little bit more writing space. And then a little tag here. All right, and that's it. Thanks for joining me today. Like I said, if you're interested in this journal, it will be for sale in my Etsy shop. Go ahead and take a look. The money that I'm making on these journals is going to help pay for my daughter's wedding. So thanks for your support in that area, and thank you for everything. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.